to the Simultaneous Experience, everyone. Today we are going to be discussing speaking the right language part 2. So yes, there is a part 1. If you have not watched the video, go back and watch speaking the right language part 1. So today is a continuation of part 1. We are going to be also taking a challenge. Yes, taking a challenge, including myself, in regards to speaking the right language. So if you are not already following my channel, make sure you click on the like button as well as share. So that way you will not miss out on any of the videos whenever I come online. So just a recap on speaking the right language part 1. We were basically discussing what are you creating with the words that you speak, as well as what are you calling yourself with the words that you use. So today's video is more of a challenge, as I mentioned earlier. So let's start with the words that we speak. Why do we choose to speak anything positive? Why do we choose to use words that are positive? Do they matter to you? Do they matter to God? Do what you say matter to anyone? Does God really care about what you say? And the answer is yes. The words that you speak on a day-to-day basis, they matter to your Heavenly Father. He cares about what you say and the words that you are using, because they create power. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. And if you are connected to the Father, you definitely want to speak words that are of life and not of death towards yourself or anyone else in your day-to-day lifestyle. So, words actually matter, because in the Bible it says that the words that we speak are actually the overflow of our hearts. And you can find this in Matthew chapter 12, verses 34 through 35. And living for Christ should make a difference in the words that you use. So speaking the right language can build you and others up, or it can tear you or tear others down. Just by the small little tongue that you have, it boasts so much power. Power to make a person smile or make a person frown. You know, the words that we use can encourage someone or discourage someone. So what words are you going to choose? It's so much going on in the world today. Do we really need any additional people tearing each other down, speaking negative words over one another and towards each other? Why not lift and encourage each other up with so much negativity that is around us? We definitely want to begin to speak words of encouragement, enlightenment, motivation that uplifts us. And God is well pleased when we use our tongue to edify his kingdom, to edify his believers, to encourage other people. So just make sure you are using words to encourage, uplift, and motivate your brothers and sisters, and even those that are non-believers, because someone is watching you. I've heard this a million times in my life growing up. Sometimes the only Bible that someone will see is you. Sometimes the way that you live and the words that you speak can make a difference in changing someone's life. So always be mindful that when you think no one is watching you, someone is always watching you, especially if you are a believer of Christ. If you are a born-again believer, I guarantee you someone is watching you. A non-believer is watching how you speak and the words that you say day to day. In the workplace, they are watching how you handle certain situations that come your way. When your supervisor comes to you with a negative comment, They are watching your reaction when the supervisor turns away to see how you are going to handle it by the words that you speak. So yes, it can also deter others away from Christ because they figure I may as well continue to live this lifestyle that I'm living, because the way that they're living is kind of contradicting to the belief that they say they believe. So others are watching you as well. And speaking the right language, as I mentioned, it can build you up or tear others down. That is also in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 29. It says to let no corrupt thing proceed out of your mouth. So what are you speaking? What corrupt words have you spoken today or last week? What corrupt words were you speaking before you watched this video, knowing that you watched part 1 of speaking the right language? So corrupt words, they are against what God believes in. God is full of light, and you should be full of light.